Welcome to a truly powerful video. This experience could change your entire life. It is not just a book summary. This is a moment of deep transformation. Perhaps your mind is filled with noise. Maybe you are chasing too many things. You might feel tired, lost, or inadequate. You attempt to remain calm, but people test your patience. You try to stay focused, but distractions pull you away constantly. You try to remain strong, but your emotions take control. In all this chaos, you forget one thing. You forget what is truly important. But there is some good news. Books can alter that reality. Yes, books can shift your entire mindset. They are not simply paper, they are power. They contain transformation, not just information. You see, the right book does more than teach. It completely rewires your brain. It helps you clear out all the mental junk so you can finally see with clarity. And this book does that. The book's title is Focus on What Matters. It was written by Darius Foroux. It is founded on Stoic wisdom, the ancient art of staying calm. And thinking with clarity and power. Inside this book are 70 letters. They are short lessons on how to live better, think better, feel better, and become stronger. But today, we have selected just 20 of the most powerful letters for you. We chose only the absolute best ones, the lessons that can change your life now. These are not just for reading. These are for living. And there is something even better. Listening to this summary will improve your English, your vocabulary, listening, and understanding. This is not merely a book review. This is mindset training and fluency coaching. It is life transformation all in one. So if you are ready to focus on what is truly important in your life, if you are tired of wasting your potential and your time and energy, then hit the subscribe button right now. Because this channel is about changing your life, not just watching videos. Now, let us begin. Chapter 1. Focus on what matters. This is the very first letter in the book. It is also the most important one. Let me ask you a question right now. Where is your attention at this moment? Is it on your goals, your health, or your growth? Or is it on what others are saying? What your friends are doing? What is trending online? Or what someone did to hurt you years ago? You see, most people use their energy on things that have no importance. They argue about small issues. They try to impress total strangers. They think about their past. They worry about the future. But here is the simple truth. Your life improves only when your focus improves. This chapter tells you to stop doing everything. Stop trying to fix the entire world. Fix your own focus. First, you have limited energy each day. And if you waste it on distractions, you will have nothing left for your dreams. Imagine this scenario. You have a small candle. If you light 100 other candles, they will all go out. But if you focus on lighting just one, that single flame can become a huge fire. That is what happens when you decide to focus on what really matters. So what do you truly want in life? What are your core values? What brings peace to your heart? Now, do the following. Write down your top 3 priorities. Eliminate anything that does not support them. Stop saying yes to everything. Start saying yes only to your true path. Let us say you want to improve your English and stay healthy and build a career. Then stop wasting hours arguing online or watching random videos or comparing your life to others. Instead, read, speak, write, and exercise. Apply for better jobs. Listen to positive content. Remember, a clear focus makes your path simple. And a simple path makes your life powerful. This chapter is not just a lesson, it is your new philosophy. I do not care about everything. I care about what matters. Chapter 2. The Power of Internal Control. This letter will amaze you because it reveals a hidden secret. The only thing you control is yourself. You do not control the weather. You do not control what other people say. You do not control how people treat you. You do not control the economy or your past. But you do control your thoughts and reactions. Your beliefs, your mindset, and your daily habits. And that is enough power to change your life. The Stoics called this internal control. And Darius says that the moment you focus on your inner world, not the outer world, you become truly free. Let's break this down further. Most people live in reaction mode. Someone insults them and they get angry. Something goes wrong and they panic. They do not see results, so they give up. But powerful people live in response mode. Someone insults them and they stay calm. Something goes wrong and they think clearly. They fail, but they try again smarter. You are trying to learn English. You make a mistake. If your mindset is weak, you will say, I am stupid. I cannot speak this language. If your mindset is strong, you will say, good. I learned something new. Let me try again. The situation is the same, but the reaction is different. And that small difference decides your future. So how do you build internal control? Pause before you react to anything. Take 5 seconds before you reply emotionally. Ask, is this in my control? If not, then let it go. If yes, then take action. Practice responding instead of reacting. Use your brain, not your mood. Build a strong morning mindset. Every morning, remind yourself of this. I control my thoughts and my actions. I control my life. Because you are the gatekeeper of your own peace. Do not let every opinion enter your mind. Do not let every situation steal your calm. Stay centered, stay grounded, and train your mind like a warrior. This chapter reminds us of a powerful truth. When you master yourself, no one can master you. Chapter 3. Stop seeking approval. Let us begin with a question. How many of your life decisions are truly yours? Do you wear those clothes because you like them? Do you speak that way because it feels real? Or are you always worrying about others? This chapter hits very deep because most people live their lives wearing masks. They say what others want to hear. They do what others expect them to do. They hide their real self just to be accepted. But here is the truth. If you live for other people's approval, you will never live your real life. For English learners, this is painful and common. People are afraid to speak because they worry. What if my grammar is incorrect? What if they laugh at my accent? What if I look foolish? And guess what happens next? They do not speak at. They remain quiet. They avoid practice. And their progress dies. Not from a lack of talent, but from too much fear. This chapter says to stop trying to impress. You should start trying to express. Because when you speak to impress, you are fake. But when you speak to express, you are real. And being real is what builds your fluency. Let us say you want to say something. I went to the market and bought vegetables, but you think, is my sentence wrong? What if they laugh at me? So you stay silent. But if you stop seeking approval and say it anyway, even with mistakes, you will learn faster, speak freer, and grow stronger. Remember, people forget your mistakes, but you will remember the courage you built. This chapter teaches you to speak your truth, even if it is broken English. Be proud of your journey, even if it is slow. Stop waiting for the world to clap for you. Start clapping for yourself. Because when you stop needing validation, you start living with real confidence. Chapter 4. Embrace pain as a teacher. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your best teacher. But here is the problem. Most people hate pain. They avoid it, they escape it, they numb it. They think pain is a sign of failure. But in reality, pain is a signal of growth. Think about this for a moment. When your muscles grow, they hurt. When your brain learns, it gets tired. When your heart heals, it breaks first. Imagine a mountain standing tall for years. It faces strong storms and freezing snow, lightning and wind that cuts like knives. If the mountain could feel, it would say, "This hurts." The storm is painful. The cold is too much. But that storm is shaping it. The sharp winds carve the rocks. The ice breaks the weak parts of it. The pressure makes it stronger and sharper, more beautiful and more solid. Without the storm, the mountain would be a soft hill. But because of the pain, it becomes unshakable. That is how pain works in your life too. Your storm is not breaking you, it is sculpting you. You do not grow in spite of the pain. You grow because of it. Chapter 5. Learn from everyone. One of the biggest lies is this. You can only learn English from a teacher. No, that is wrong. You can learn from everyone. This chapter tells you that life is a classroom, and every person is your teacher. You can learn from a stranger in a shop, a YouTube comment, a short Instagram reel, a child who says something simple, a song lyric that touches your heart, a podcast sentence that repeats in your mind. But to do this, you must change your mindset from "I need perfect lessons" to "everything around me is a lesson." Imagine a river that flows gently. Along the way, it meets big rocks, sharp stones, mud, branches, and fallen trees. It does not fight with them. It does not say, "Why are you in my way?" Instead, the river flows around them, sometimes slowly, sometimes with force, sometimes in complete silence. And because of that, the river learns to move better. It becomes wider, deeper, and smarter. It even creates new paths through the land. Lesson: the river learns from everything, even the obstacles in its path. It does not complain. It absorbs, adjusts, and grows. Just like that, in life, you can learn from every situation and every difficulty, every silence, even from what seems useless. Nothing is wasted if your mind is open. This is what happens when you train your brain to learn from everyone. You do not wait for school or for perfection. You just observe, absorb, and apply. This chapter teaches you to keep your mind like a sponge. So wherever you go, you collect wisdom, even from people you dislike, even from people who do not speak well, even from people younger than you. Because learning has no ego. Everyone you meet knows something you do not. So be curious, be humble, and say this every day. Today I will learn something new from someone. Chapter 6. Time is your real currency. Most people think money is the most valuable thing. But this chapter destroys that myth. Because here is the real truth. You can earn back money, but you can never earn back time. Time is the only thing that is always moving away from you. Every second you spend, you will never get back. And yet, we waste it so carelessly. We spend hours arguing about nonsense. We scroll endlessly through other people's lives. We give our precious minutes to people who do not even value us. We delay our dreams, thinking we have forever, but we do not. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to wake you up. Imagine a young man. He has a dream to start his own business, but every evening he watches TV for 3 hours. He says, "I'm tired, I will do it tomorrow." Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And slowly the fire inside him dies. He did not lose because he was not smart. He lost because he gave his time to the wrong things. Powerful lesson. You are not broke. Because of a lack of money, you are broke because of how you use your time. So how do you fix this problem? Track your hours like you track your money. Keep a small journal and write, "Where did my hours go today?" You will be shocked. Create a time budget for yourself. Just like you do not spend $1,000 on junk, do not spend 10 hours on meaningless tasks. Ask, does this activity make me grow, heal, build, or rest? Be ruthless with your time. Protect your hours from time wasters. Gossipers, drama, and distractions, they are stealing your future. If it does not add value to my life, it does not deserve my time. Because your time is your life, and once you waste it, it becomes your regret. Chapter 7. Keep a calm mind. This chapter speaks to everyone. Who has ever felt overwhelmed, emotional, or anxious? Let us be honest. We all struggle with our minds. One comment from someone can ruin our mood. One bad day can make us feel like failures. One mistake and we beat ourselves up for days. But here is what this chapter teaches you. A calm mind is a superpower. In chaos, calm people will lead. In pain, calm people will heal. In problems, calm people can solve. You do not need to shout to be strong. You do not need to panic to be fast. You do not need to cry to be honest. You need clarity, peace, and stillness. Imagine two people get bad news at work. They are both laid off from their jobs. Person A panics completely. They scream, blame, cry, and collapse. Their entire week is destroyed. Person B sits quietly and takes a deep breath. They write down, okay, what can I control next? They update their resume. They apply for 10 new jobs that same evening. Same situation, but two different minds. One of them broke down, the other one broke through. That is the difference that calm makes. Calm is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about saying, I may not control this, but I can control how I respond to it. So how do you build this calmness? Create a pause habit. When something upsets you, do not react. Pause, breathe, and count to 10. Most emotional pain comes from instant reactions. Give it some space. Write it out instead of fighting it out. Instead of exploding, try writing your anger down. Let the page feel your pain, not another person. Practice mind rehearsals. Each morning, imagine 3 things going wrong. Then imagine yourself staying calm. You are training your mind like a warrior. Storms will come, but you can still become the mountain. Let others scream and shake. You be the calm, be the strength, be the light. Chapter 8. The Discipline of Less. Here is something you have never been taught. Most success does not come from doing more. It comes from doing less, but better. This chapter is a complete mindset shift. We have all been told to work more, add more goals, learn more things. Do 10 things at once. But this is a trap. The more you chase, the more you scatter your energy, and scattered energy creates average results. This chapter teaches if you want real peace, real progress, and real power. You must learn the discipline of less. Imagine a girl who wants to get fit. She joins 3 different gyms. She buys 10 workout plans. She follows 20 fitness influencers. She changes her diet every 3 days. But nothing works because her energy is divided. Now imagine another girl. She picks one home workout. She does it every single day. She eats simple food and sleeps early. Result? She gets fit slowly, powerfully, permanently. That is the power of less. Done with discipline. So how do you apply this? Cut out half your to-do list. Only keep what moves your life forward. Delete what looks productive but means nothing. Create a not-to-do list. What will you stop doing? For example, stop gossiping. Stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. Stop chasing for perfection. Focus on deep work, not busy work. Instead of doing 10 things halfway, do one thing all the way. Say this to yourself every morning. I do not need more. I need less noise and more meaning. The message here is very simple. Do not be addicted to action. Be addicted to direction. Because life is not about running in circles. It is about moving forward with power, with peace, and with purpose. Chapter 9. Be useful, not impressive. This chapter will wake you up because most people are busy, trying to look impressive. But very few are trying to be useful. Let that sink in for a moment. You open social media and everyone is trying to show, look at my car, look at my vacation, look at my body, look how cool I am. But deep inside, they feel empty because showing off is not equal to showing up. This chapter asks you one single question. Do you want people to admire you, or do you want to matter to them? Because here is the painful truth. You can impress thousands of people and still be completely useless. But if you are useful to just one person, you have already created a real impact. 2 people walk into a hospital. One is a man wearing a suit and sunglasses and a Rolex watch. The other is a nurse in a simple uniform. The man looks very important. But the nurse saves lives. Who do you want to be? We live in a world obsessed with image. But this chapter teaches you to focus on your substance. So how can you live this way? Stop performing, start contributing. Ask, what can I give today? Not, how can I look good? Replace, how do I appear? With, who do I help? If your actions are helping others, you are already shining, whether anyone notices you or not. Seek depth, not attention. Attention is loud but short. Usefulness is quiet but permanent. Remember, the world does not need more stars. It needs more lamps. Stars shine for themselves. Lamps light the way for others. Chapter 10. Do one thing at a time. In today's world, we are told that multitasking is a valuable skill, that if you are not doing 5 things at once, you are being lazy. But this chapter exposes the lie. Multitasking is not powerful, it is destructive. Because when you chase 5 rabbits, you will catch none of them. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain will pay a price. You lose your focus and your momentum. You lose your depth. And most importantly, you lose your peace. Imagine you are cooking dinner, replying to texts and watching the news. All at once. The food burns, you send the wrong text. You miss the important headline. You end up feeling tired, irritated, and confused. Now imagine this alternative. You turn off your phone completely. You focus only on cooking, slowly and mindfully. You enjoy the smell and the process. When it is ready, it tastes amazing. That is the difference that focus can make. This chapter is not just about productivity, it is about honoring the moment. So how do you apply this? Choose one thing and write it down. Put everything else away. Do it fully. Respect small tasks, even drinking water, or folding clothes. Give your full attention. Because how you do small things is how you do everything. Block all distractions. Silence your phone and turn off notifications. Let your mind breathe. Say this to yourself right now. This is the only thing that exists, and I will give it everything I have. The people who do one thing with full attention are the ones who do great things. Chapter 11. Live with purpose and align with values. This chapter is not just important, it is spiritual, because it does not ask what you want to achieve. It asks, why do you wake up in the morning? Most people wake up and go through the day on autopilot. They eat, scroll, work, sleep, and repeat. But they never ask, is this who I want to be? Is this the life I truly believe in? Do my actions match my values? That is what living with purpose means. It means you are not floating anymore. You are driving your life. Imagine someone says they care about family, but they are always working late, checking emails during dinner, and missing important moments. That is not alignment. That is a contradiction. Now, imagine someone says my health is important, but they eat junk food and never exercise. And they sleep at 2 in the morning. Again, a contradiction. This chapter asks you to wake up and live in alignment. So how do you do that? Write down your 3 core values. What do you believe in deeply? For example, kindness, truth, simplicity, freedom, love, or growth. Now look at your daily actions. Do they reflect those values? If not, what needs to be changed? Create a WHY statement, one simple sentence that reminds you why you do what you do. For example, I want to become stronger every day so I can protect and serve the people I love. This becomes your compass. Without purpose, success feels completely empty. With purpose, even small steps feel divine. So do not just exist, live with fire inside you. Do not just wake up for a reason. Chapter 12. Cultivate gratitude and simplicity. This chapter feels like a quiet hug from life because it reminds you of something that the world often forgets. Gratitude is not about having more. It is about noticing what you already have. In a world that constantly shouts, buy more, do more, be more, we forget to pause and ask, what if I already have enough? This chapter teaches you to stop chasing things and start appreciating the small stuff. Imagine a man living in a big city. He owns a nice car, a good job, and a beautiful apartment. But every morning, he wakes up feeling tired. He scrolls through social media and thinks, his car is better than mine. Her house looks bigger than mine. They travel more than me. He feels empty. Now imagine a woman in a village. She wakes up to the sound of birds. She makes tea and watches the sunrise. She smiles at her children playing in the mud. She says, thank you, life. She owns less but feels more alive. Why is this? Because gratitude is not about possessions. It is about presence. Simplicity does not mean having nothing. It means needing less to feel joy. Start a gratitude ritual for yourself every night before you go to bed. Write down 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. A smile, a meal, a breeze, a lesson. Practice silent mornings. Do not grab your phone. Sit quietly and feel the air. Breathe deeply and just be. Declutter your space and your life. Remove things that you do not use. More space equals more peace. Fewer options equals a clearer mind. A rich heart beats louder than a rich wallet. Live simply, love deeply, and appreciate wildly. Chapter 13. Build resilience by preparing for adversity. This chapter is not gentle, it is tough love. Because it tells you something hard to hear. Life will not always go your way. But that does not mean life is against you. It means you need to become stronger. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking. It is the power to stand back up again and again. No matter how many times you fall, this chapter gives you one of the most powerful techniques in the world. It is anticipation. Do not just hope for good days. Prepare for hard days. Imagine two farmers. Both of them plant crops in the spring. Farmer A says, "I hope the weather stays perfect." Farmer B says, "The weather might change. I will build a cover and prepare backup water." When the storms come, A loses everything, but B survives because he prepared for adversity. That is resilience. You do not become mentally strong. By avoiding pain, you become strong by expecting it, facing it, and rising through it. Do hard things on purpose. Wake up earlier. Take cold showers. Walk instead of driving. When you choose discomfort, you are training your mind for real life. Say, "This might go wrong, and I am ready." Before any project, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? And how will I respond? Build a recovery system for yourself. When life hits you, do not stay down. Have go-to rituals. Walking, journaling, calling a mentor, listening to powerful music. Know how to come back. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for a strong back. Be the one who does not break, even when the world does. Chapter 14. Master your emotions and thoughts. This chapter goes to war, not with the outside world, but with the chaos inside you. Because the biggest battle you will ever fight is with your own thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them. This chapter shows you that your emotions are not facts. They are visitors, messengers. They pass through you, but they should not control you. For example, imagine you are driving. Suddenly, another car cuts in front of you. Your heart races and you feel hot. You want to scream at them. Now you have two choices. Option 1 is to react. Yell, speed up, and get into a fight. You carry that anger all day long. Option 2 is to pause, breathe, and think. Maybe he is rushing to the hospital. You relax and you let go. Which one is stronger? The one who responds, not the one who reacts. This chapter teaches emotional mastery. Through space and stillness, here is how to master your inner world. Label the emotion that you are feeling. When you feel something strong, pause and name it. This is anger, this is sadness. Naming gives you power over it. Do not trust the first thought. Your first thought is automatic. Your second thought is your choice. First thought, I am a failure. Second thought, wait, I just made one mistake. That is normal. Which one you feed becomes your reality. Create thought checkpoints. Every few hours, ask yourself, what is my mind saying right now? Is it helping me or is it hurting me? You are not a slave to your emotions. You are the master if you choose to be. Do not be ruled by your moods. Do not be controlled by noise. Be the quiet observer inside. Calm, wise, and unshakable. Chapter 15. Navigate Success and Wealth with Integrity. Let us start with a question. What is the point of success if you lose yourself to get it? In this world, everyone is chasing more. More money, more status, more likes, more fame. But this chapter asks a much deeper question. Who are you becoming in the process? Because real success is not about what you get. It is about who you become while you are getting it. You can have millions in your bank and still feel poor inside. You can be rich in the world's eyes and still be bankrupt in your soul. Imagine two business owners. One man builds a company with honesty. He pays his employees fairly. He does not cheat his customers. He grows slowly but with pride and peace. Another man cuts corners. He lies in his advertising. He underpays his workers. He gets rich fast, but at night he feels anxious. He knows his success is hollow. 10 years later, the honest man sleeps peacefully, respected by his family and his team. The other one is alone, stressed, and always looking over his shoulder. This chapter reminds you of something. Success without integrity is just noise. It will never give you peace of mind. Define your values before you chase results. Ask, what am I not willing to do, even if it brings money or status? Write your line and never cross it. Be proud of your process, not just your product. Do not just aim for the goal. Fall in love with doing the right thing, even when it is harder. Remember, character is wealth. Fame fades and riches fade. But your name, how people feel in your presence, that is forever. True wealth is not in your bank account. It is in your behavior. So walk with truth, work with pride, and build a version of success that does not just look good, it feels good. Chapter 16. Build meaningful relationships and empathy. This chapter is one of the most emotional because it speaks to something we all want, but many of us do not know how to build. Deep, honest, heartfelt connection. In this busy world, people have more followers than ever, but they feel more alone than ever. We talk a lot, we message a lot, we scroll through everyone's life. But when was the last time someone truly listened to your pain? Or when was the last time you sat down and asked someone, how are you really doing? This chapter teaches you a secret. The quality of your relationships is the quality of your life. For example, a man earns a big promotion. He celebrates at work, and his name is in the newsletter. But when he comes home, no one is there. He has no close friends. He has drifted away from his family. He scrolls through messages, but there is no one he feels safe enough to call and say, can I just talk to you for a while? Now imagine another person. She does not earn a six-figure salary, but she has 3 people she can cry in front of. 3 people who know her fears, her dreams, and her real life. Guess who is wealthier? This chapter teaches that connection does not come from impressing others. It comes from understanding them. Listen to understand, not to reply. Put your phone down and look into their eyes. Do not give advice unless they ask for it. Just be there. Be vulnerable first. You do not have to be perfect. In fact, when you share your struggles, you give people permission to open their own hearts. Give time, not just texts. Call them, visit them, and sit in silence with them. Let your presence be a gift, not just your words. In the end, people will not remember your success. They will remember how they felt when they were around you. So build your life not just with skills and goals, but with kindness, compassion, and real love. Chapter 17. Embrace change and adapt to challenges. Because life is not a straight line. It is full of broken plans and unexpected news, painful endings and beautiful surprises, sudden losses and unpredictable growth. And most people suffer not because of the change, but because they resist it. They say, "Why is this happening? It was not supposed to be like this. I want things to go back to normal." But this chapter teaches you that peace does not come from controlling your life. It comes from learning how to flow with it. A woman works at a company for 8 years. One day she gets laid off. She cries, she panics, and she feels worthless. For weeks, she tries to get her old life back. Then one day, she stops fighting it. She says, "Maybe this is a new beginning." She takes a risk and starts a small business from her kitchen. 3 years later, she is successful and more fulfilled than ever, all because she chose to adapt, not to collapse. Everything you are afraid to let go of might be the thing keeping you from your next level. Expect change to happen. Do not be surprised by it. Say this to yourself every morning. Something might go wrong today, and I will handle it with grace. See every ending as a redirection. Your job ends. Maybe your purpose is calling. A relationship breaks. Maybe you are meant to find your real self first. Life changes paths. Maybe it is showing you a higher road. Stay soft but unbreakable. Like water, it flows around rocks. It adjusts to the shape of the cup, but it never loses its nature. Be like that. Do not wish for life to stay the same. Wish for the strength to dance with the change. Because change is not the enemy. Staying stuck in what no longer serves you, that is the real danger. Chapter 18. Know yourself and practice self-awareness. This chapter is not soft. It is not about motivation. It is about truth. Because here is what most people do not know. You cannot change your life if you do not know who you really are. Not your name or your job. Not your personality type, but your truth. What triggers you? What do you avoid? What makes your energy rise? What destroys your peace? Self-awareness is the secret key to life mastery, because without it, you are driving blind. Think of a man who keeps failing in relationships. Every time he says, "People always leave me. I do not know why." But he never looks inward. He never asks, "Am I too controlling? Do I not listen to others? Do I push people away when I feel insecure?" He does not know himself, so he keeps repeating the same pain. Now, imagine someone else. She sits quietly each night and writes, "What emotion did I feel most today? Why did I react that way? What is one thing I did that does not align with who I want to be?" Slowly, she becomes aware. She grows and stops making the same mistakes. She becomes stronger, clearer, and lighter. Because to know yourself is to set yourself free. Practice daily reflection. At the end of each day, write down what went well, what triggered you, what did you avoid, what would you change if you could repeat the day. This takes 5 minutes, but it builds a lifetime of wisdom. Notice your patterns. Do you always quit when things get hard? Do you always say yes when you want to say no? Do you always get angry when you feel misunderstood? These are not random. They are patterns. And patterns can only be broken when they are seen. Ask brave questions of yourself. Ask yourself, where am I lying to myself? What am I pretending not to know? What truth am I avoiding because it is hard? These are hard questions, but they will build your real identity. You cannot upgrade your life if you do not upgrade your awareness. So do not be afraid to meet yourself, because the more you understand your mind, the more you will command your future. Chapter 19, Choose Your Priorities and Say No More Often. This chapter is a wake-up call, a loud one. Because we live in a world where everyone wants your attention. Ads, notifications, people, drama, gossip, demands. And if you do not know your priorities, you will live for the priorities of others. This chapter teaches one powerful rule. You can do anything, but not everything. That is why you must become a master of NO, because every yes to a distraction is a no to your destiny. Every yes to toxic people is a no to your peace. Every yes to extra work is a no to your family. Every yes to what seems urgent is a NO to what is actually important. There is a man who wants to write a book. He has the idea and the skill. He even has the time. But every time someone asks him to go out or help them with something, he says yes. Weeks go by, and then months go by, and his dream sits untouched. Why? Not because he did not have the time, but because he did not protect his time. Now imagine a woman with the same dream. She blocks 2 hours every single day. No calls, no meetings, no distractions. When people ask her to hang out, she says, "I would love to, but I have something important to work on." And she finishes her book. Same life, but different choices. Write your top 3 life goals. What truly matters to you right now? Not what looks good or impresses others, but what makes your soul feel alive. Create boundaries like a lion. Protect your time, your energy, your mental space. Do not explain too much or apologize for your focus. Say no thank you and move forward. Make a distraction list for yourself. Write down 5 things you do often that give you 0 progress. Now remove or reduce them from your life for 30 days. You will be shocked at how much you get done and how much lighter you feel. Your life is not controlled by what you say yes to. It is shaped by what you say NO to. So say no to what drains you. Say no to what delays you. Say no to what is not yours to carry. And say yes to what matters. Chapter 20. Turn obstacles into opportunities. This final chapter is a masterpiece because it teaches you the most important truth of all. Life will test you, but it is not trying to break you. It is trying to build you. Every obstacle, every failure, and every setback is not the end. It is an invitation. The invitation to become stronger, wiser, and unshakable. A small business owner loses everything. In a crisis, he feels broken, empty, and lost, but then he starts over. He builds a better business, one that is simpler, stronger, and more meaningful. And he says, that loss was the best thing that ever happened to me. Why? Because the fall showed him what truly mattered. It removed all the noise. It forced him to grow. This is what the chapter teaches. Obstacles are not walls. They are mirrors. They show you who you really are. So the next time life throws something painful your way, do not ask, why me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? How can I grow from this? What strength is being born in me right now? Shift from a victim to a student. Victim, why is this happening to me? Student, what can I learn from this? Turn the wound into wisdom. Write about your pain and share your lesson. Build something out of your scars. Remember, every hero was once broken. Behind every success story is a dark chapter, but they kept turning the page. The obstacle is not in your way. It is the way. Your pain will become your power. Your struggle will become your story. Your failure will become your fire. So walk through the storm, not with fear, but with faith. Because the storm is shaping your future strength. You have just completed 20 of the most powerful, life-changing, and mindset-shifting chapters ever written. Each one was not just a lesson, it was a mirror, a map, and a sword. Now the question is not, what did I learn? The question is, how will I live differently now? You have the tools, you have the fire, you have the path. Now go and live the life you were meant to live. And if this summary helped you, share it, save it, and come back to it every time you forget your power. And remember, always focus on what matters and leave the rest behind.